Picture this. You are sailing down the coast of Africa. You have left the known world completely behind.
Just totally off the map.
Right, off the map. You are seeing rivers full of beasts that don't exist in your homeland, mountains spewing fire, and islands with, well, what you can only call hairy wild people.
And the kicker is that you are doing this 2,000 years before the European age of exploration.
It sounds totally made up, but this is our deep dive for today. We are looking into Hanno the Navigator.
A truly fascinating figure. He was a suffet in Carthage around 500 BCE, so basically a king or a top magistrate.
And we actually have a primary source for this, the Periplus of Hanno.
Yeah, it is a Greek translation of a Punic text. Originally, it was inscribed on a bronze tablet right in the Temple of Belhammon.
Which gives us such a cool glimpse into their mindset, because this wasn't just a few boats.
No, not at all.
The text says 60 ships, 30,000 men and women.
A floating city. Really, it was a massive state-sponsored colonization effort. They went past the Pillars of Hercules.
The Strait of Gibraltar.
Right. To found cities down the Moroccan coast. Places like Theon and a base on an island called Kern.
But once they push past that administrative stuff, the logbook gets wild.
It really does. They hit a river called the Cretes, and Hanno notes it is full of crocodiles and hippopotamuses.
Which is a huge clue, because if you are sailing south from North Africa, you do not hit hippos until
you cross the desert.
Exactly. You have to hit the sub-Saharan river systems. So maybe the Senegal River?
That is the leading theory. And if they hit the Senegal, they likely kept going, because next they describe the burning land.
Oh man, this part is so cinematic.
Yes, streams of fire pouring into the sea.
And a central fire so big it seemed to touch the stars. They called the mountain Theon Ochema.
The chariot of the gods. Which brings us to the great debate among scholars. Geologically, that description points perfectly to Mount Cameroon.
Which is an active volcano that actually touches the sea.
Right. This supports the maximalist view that Hanno went all the way to the Gulf of Guinea.
But that is a round trip of thousands of kilometers.
It is massive. So the minimalist scholars argue he never made it past Morocco.
And that the fires were just locals burning brush.
Exactly. Though maximalists counter that brush fires do not look like a chariot touching the stars. But we just present the theories.
We do. But we have to talk about the most famous part. The Gorillai.
The wild people.
They find this island. The crew chases these hairy figures. The males climb cliffs and throw stones.
But they capture 3 females.
Who bite and scratch so hard the Carthaginians actually kill them. And they take the skins back to Carthage.
What is amazing here is the legacy of that specific encounter. In 1847, an American naturalist named Thomas Savage read a translation of this deep dive text.
The Periplus.
Yes. He saw the word gorillai and applied it to the great apes we know today.
So the word gorilla is a 19th century interpretation of a Greek translation of a Punic word from 500 BCE.
Just incredible linguistic telephone.
Were they actually gorillas?
We simply do not know. Primatologists say throwing stones sounds a lot like chimpanzees. Other historians argue they could have been an indigenous human tribe.
The text is just too ambiguous.
It is.
So why did they eventually turn back? Was it the volcano or the wild people?
Logistics. The text simply says our supplies gave out. You can only carry so much food and water for 30,000 people.
So bringing this all together for you listening, why does this ancient bronze tablet matter?
It completely reframes the ancient world. We tend to treat the Atlantic like a barrier that no one crossed until the 1400s.
But Carthage had the blue water capacity and the curiosity to map the ocean millennia earlier.
They were just incredibly secretive. They would actually sink foreign ships to protect their trade maps.
And then Rome destroyed Carthage in 146 BCE, burning their libraries.
We are so lucky to have even this one Greek translation.
Which leaves you with this thought to mull over. If Carthage had not been so secretive, or if Rome had not burned their records, how much earlier might the map of the world have been completed? Thanks for joining this deep dive.